What it do, y'all? We back with another episode of Wrestling with Exotics. It's your favorite host, Franchise Jerry, and I got my dog with me.
I think I need to feed you water, also known as I don't see nobody.
And we're going to get right into it. But before we start, make sure you guys hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. Alright, and let us know what you think about the show. Let us know what we should be doing differently, and let us know what you want to see and what guests you want to see on the show as well. But with that being said, let's get right into it. First things first, we got Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley, possibly at WrestleMania. How do you feel like that match will work out, bro?
Honestly, I think that Rhea is supposed to win because if you look at it from a real, take out your fanfare, whoever you personally like, Rhea just beat Charlotte. And Becky and Charlotte are part of an older era. But Rhea is that new era that they're ushering in, a part of Io Sky. That's why I feel like no matter how these championship reigns are currently feeling, they're gonna let them ride them out because they have to get their beak wet, so to speak. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So seeing how Rhea, I love that Rhea told Becky, I hope that you do win because the only person that wants you to win the Royal Rumble more than you is me. Because I feel like she needs to stomp her out too because she already beat Charlotte, and that's predominantly fuck all the man shit. That's the real prototype of what this division is supposed to be revolving around. Now, if Becky didn't get punched in her face and have a chance to show that character and that more development on that side of things, we wouldn't even be seeing the man. Charlotte was going to get that whether she showed a character of the queen or not because the in-ring ability, you know what I mean? So I feel like after watching that match last year, there's no way that Becky can outlast Rhea. And I feel like this would be a better story for her going forward, losing to Rhea, and Rhea having to regain that edge that she thinks she has already. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, man. I would definitely like to see Rhea go over. I feel like it would make the most sense, and Becky already kind of said it herself. I feel like you're better than me. That's what she told Rhea.
Yeah.
So, Becky already kind of dug her grave in with that one. So I'm not expecting no less than a Becky Lynch loss at WrestleMania if Becky were to even make it to WrestleMania. But we came on this show previously and we both told you that we agree that Bayley is going to be the Royal Rumble winner this year and she will be taking on Io at WrestleMania. That's what we should be seeing. Versus two winners from Raw, which would be Becky Lynch and CM Punk. Because we all know CM Punk is definitely going to win the Rumble.
Yeah.
So that's the only way Becky would be able to see Rhea in competition.
I would like to chime in. It'd make the better story if Becky thought that she could win the Royal Rumble and come up short and Rhea's mocking her. It's like, see, I knew you weren't. You knew you weren't better than me. Your body couldn't even kick it in the Royal Rumble. Then she goes on to the Elimination Chamber match, wins that, but still gets put down by Rhea. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because that's what it's about. Charlotte got that skill, but she don't necessarily have all that heart that Becky got. So I feel like that's the story that needs to be told. That Becky got this willpower that's gonna get broken by the Eradicator, and I want to see Rhea step on her because I feel like her beating Becky is gonna do way more for her career than what she already did for beating Charlotte. Even though beating Charlotte, she's been coasting on that for almost a year. It's not gonna do as much because Becky's more outspoken, they market her way more because of how she comes across, you know?
Yeah. I don't see this working in Becky Lynch's favor, and I definitely see Rhea Ripley holding that championship well after WrestleMania simply because there's just no competition really right now on the Raw Women's roster besides Nia Jax, and you can tell that they're trying to hold that story off as long as they possibly can. Because how do you have Nia Jax in the company this long and she hasn't mentioned nothing about being a world champion? All she's mentioned was being in the Royal Rumble, so that's our whole point.
It's a horrible point. I mean, that's a whole point. That's a horrible way for WWE to go about it. Why would they? That's like an attraction right there. You're literally missing out on one of your star attractions just because you feel like you're not trying to step on the other people's toes. But I feel like that's the problem that today's WWE faces that ours didn't, because everybody got a chance and they want to see, they try to make stars, and if you couldn't hack it, they just take it off of you, you know what I'm saying? And you just be a transitional champion, but it's like they be scared of that shit. I just want to quickly bring up, over the last couple of weeks, man, Drew McIntyre's been coming out complaining, bitching, and moaning. This week he decided to interrupt Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes pretty much is saying he's putting Shinsuke in the back burner and ready to get on the road to WrestleMania. How do you feel about Drew continuously coming out and everybody shutting him up, pretty much telling him that you're just always coming up a little bit short? But I'm really excited for what they told us next week. Punk and Cody are going to have a face-off. And honestly, bro, seeing that graphic led me to think about something that would be kind of really cool. What if Cody and CM Punk decide to make some type of an NWO-like faction? Like, not necessarily, there's no leader in it or nothing like that, but they left AEW. They come together on Raw, come together in a group somehow, some way, and they just run a roughshod over the fucking promotion.
That would actually be kind of hard for me to see. And at the same time, I wouldn't want to see it only because I want to see them succeed separately.
Yeah.
I don't want to see them succeed together. And at the same time, I don't fuck with Drew McIntyre coming out every week and complaining and shit. Like, bro, just start coming out and do what Dawkins said. Sneaking dudes. Just knock niggas out. You ain't got to talk about it. You ain't got to say shit. You don't need no reason why. We all know why. You got 12 reasons why. Okay? 12 title losses in a row why you should be coming out and knocking niggas out. Bro, the time for talk is over. You're pretty much just coming out here talking about absolutely nothing and trying to make it everybody else's fault why you ain't on shit, instead of just taking it upon yourself to really change your character and mold it in the way that it should be to where it's believable that you win championships. As far as Cody Rhodes, he looked very old in that segment, by the way, with Drew McIntyre. I've never seen Cody look that old.
Do you think he had a little bit too much of the die, or he stressed about the Raw?
He looked like he been drinking alcohol. Like, I seen wrinkles and all type of shit. Like, usually,
Cody's
you know,
38.
yeah, Cody is still, keeping that dashing Cody Rhodes look. Like, where his face is all tight and look normal. Still look,
Youthful.
Look like, early 30s, late 20s type of deal. But last night, he was looking like every bit of 37 and close to 40. That's just what it was looking like. But aside from his appearance, I really just want Cody Rhodes to just stay focused on the goal at hand, and right now that's just winning the Royal Rumble and possibly getting an opportunity to face your champion of choosing at WrestleMania. Even though that I don't believe he'll be winning Royal Rumble, I just feel like there's other important things that he should be focusing on rather than Drew McIntyre or Shinsuke Nakamura, especially after you guys already had that match.
Literally, I agree with you, bro, 100%. At this point, we want to see everybody itching to start that path to WrestleMania. Like, etch it in stone. Like, let's start putting the breadcrumbs out there to see where everybody's lined up. My next news topic, I wanted to refer to Samoa Joe. He briefly mentioned Jon Moxley and him challenging for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. And it's actually quite interesting. I think you'll find this shit pretty funny. Moxley doing that isn't a surprise to me at all. If I were Mox, I'd look for it to take someone else's belt, too. He wants to fight any other champion in the world but me. There was thought behind what he did. Let's not deny that. So what do you think about that?
I definitely agree. You know what time it is. Everybody know what time it is. Demon home, pussy. And the demon is Samoa Joe, the rightful AEW champion. And at the same time, I'm not going to just fully shit on Jon. Jon Moxley's done everything there is to do in AEW. So, of course, why not go back and win one of those championships in New Japan? You know what I mean? Or go and renew one of those old rivalries. I don't blame Jon Moxley at all. At this point in Jon Moxley's career, he can do whatever the fuck he wants to do. And I think him going back there will also add even more credibility on him, because he's definitely the best Shield member out of the entire group. Out of Roman and Seth and whatever, he's the best one. It's undeniable. He's going to other promotions and he's winning and getting world championships at that. So I can't say that about Roman, and I can't say that about Seth. You can say Roman is the longest reigning blah blah blah, yeah, because WWE keeps putting it off and don't even let the nigga show up on TV to where you damn near forget about him, and the nigga got to return every fucking 2 weeks. Literally, Roman Reigns is the most returning superstar I've ever seen in WWE history. More than Brock Lesnar, more than The Rock, more than John Cena. This nigga returns every 2 weeks. There's a whole big thing. Roman Reigns will be returning in 2 weeks, and this, so and so. Like, are you serious, bro? Are you serious? You would never hear that about Jon Moxley nor Seth Rollins. So I'm like, yeah, no. Jon Moxley's proven day in and day out why he's the better Shield member. And you got to mention that he bleeds in 90% of his matches. The last match he just had in Japan, he was stabbing a nigga in the head with some sticks. Like,
he broke him in half so he could stab him properly. Get real jagged with it.
Come on, Seth and Roman ain't doing that. So let's just be real. And that's also why he was on our top 5 and higher than Roman and Seth on our top 5 list. Because, he's proven that
I fuck with Jon Moxley because at the end of the day, he don't have to do all this because he can coast on his reputation, but he loves professional wrestling.
He could go back and get that WWE check, bro, and just keep doing the talking like Burn. He can go back and talk like this.
He's scarred. He's scarred.
It'd be cool.
He said, fuck that, I'd rather go bleed. That's what's so crazy about that shit. They was paying him a lot of money to do that. They drove him to cut himself. They said, no. He said, nah, I'm a joke. I gotta go bleed for them to take me seriously again.
Right.
Isn't that crazy?
Because he was already not getting that much respect in WWE, and he's a Triple Crown champion. Like, he felt like, yo, I no, they're not taking me seriously. Let me show them who I really am. So that's why I got so much respect for Jon.
Quickly before we move on, I always fuck with him more than Seth, and I kind of like I loved how Seth moved around in the ring. But I loved how Dean carried himself, and like the lunatic stuff was just a little bit overboard. But I could see that he could wrestle because he would have matches with Kevin Owens for the Intercontinental Championship and Luke Harper, rest in peace. Like things of that nature. I could Bray Wyatt. Yeah, so I could see that he could really wrestle, and even Chris Jericho, he had matches like and it's like Dean would get you in, like hooked emotionally. Like it's harder for Seth to he had to develop that later on to get you hooked mentally. But he says like an old soul type of wrestler that he was able to incorporate Mick Foley, Terry Funk, Chainsaw Charlie. Like they don't have none of that. So I always feel like you guys lost out on a major part. That's why he was in this show, because the two people next to him didn't know how to get people invested emotionally, and yet that's why you had him as a mouthpiece.
He's like the scariest version of Mick Foley.
Yeah.
Like if Mick Foley was...
If Cactus Jack was on
actually work out, yeah, like that would be Jon Moxley, because he's literally Cactus Jack, bro. Yeah. He's literally Cactus Jack. But moving forward, I want to talk about Damian Priest's decision to keep R-Truth in the Judgment Day. And not only that, but prolong this story with R-Truth in the Judgment Day. I thought that shit was actually very interesting on Damian Priest's part, but at the same time, it was smart because it actually gains a re-interest factor into the group. Makes you guys, funny and brings more attention, and at the same time, it's kind of keeping you guys together. Believe it or not, R-Truth is the glue of the Judgment Day. If R-Truth wasn't in the Judgment Day, then I could see Judgment Day breaking up a few weeks ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah, honestly, they're uniting to hate R-Truth, so you are right there. He is keeping them together. Maybe not in the conventional sense, but he is doing that.
Well, they're not really hating on him too much anymore, because R-Truth has been top in merchandise sales. That's more than Roman Reigns, that's more than LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, you name him. He's been on top with the Judgment Day's new version of the R-Truth shirt with his little name at the very bottom. He's been selling out and making hella bread. And then not only that, but WWE created a segment where they actually have R-Truth selling the shirts in person. So he's bringing all that money back to the Judgment Day, and he's breaking bread with all of them. So R-Truth is really stapling himself into this group. There's no kicking him out now. R-Truth is over here breaking you guys off with the money and raising more interest in the group. And he's providing you guys with hilarious segments that's keeping you guys on screen more and more throughout the show. So, you really can't hate on R-Truth at the end of the day. And my dog is on my shirt. I'm probably the only nigga that you'll ever see with this shirt on, ever. And this is like a prime shirt with R-Truth,
like a real
John Cena shirt. When he was wearing the Fruity Pebble purple.
That's the Lakers, man. That's when he was in the Nexus.
I got the old Triple H that was still putting
some Wade Barrett on
water on his hair. Nah, I ain't got Wade Barrett's weird ass on this shirt. No, we don't do that. We don't do that. But, I got the Miz Shout out to the Miz. That nigga got the dopest show on the E Network right now. Miz and Mrs. That shit would go crazy. I low key fuck with that show, bro. The Miz is a real family dude, bro. He real cool. After watching that show, I gained a little profound respect for the Miz. I ain't gonna lie to you. But back into the Judgment Day, bro. What are your thoughts on R-Truth's placement in the Judgment Day?
He's a true contributing factor in the Judgment Day, in the sense of money and entertainment, and the fact of, like you said, it's something to keep up with during the show. You kind of like, if during the matches, you're thinking like, I wonder what R-Truth is going to do next to the Judgment Day. And that's like I said in previous shows, like Sami Zayn and the Bloodline. I don't have a problem with this, even though it could be seen as a copy and paste, because R-Truth knows how to do his own thing. And he ain't doing what Sami Zayn did. Right. Sami Zayn was blatantly
he was low-key using them.
He was using them.
He's using it,
and then he started getting manipulated because Roman saw through that shit and was like, okay, the only way you can get in this group is if you really prove to me, and that's what I make all of them do anyway. So you're gonna fall in line. But with R-Truth, none of them. He is no falling in line. He wants to fall in line when they don't even want him around. So right. It's a complete reverse, and it's not even like they can't manipulate him. Every time you're thinking that you're trying to get him, he thinks that he's on the same team as them, but R-Truth his whole character is being a little dopey, you know what I'm saying? His common sense is only in keen for when truth is in keen. Like, how you know to sell money? He talking about he got the shirts wholesale, then put them cheaper, and then, you know, he... Like, how he got
running the whole organization with these shirts.
Yeah, how you doing that, but you don't know where the venue is at and what location is and what type of match it is. So that's the joke in and of itself right there. Sammy ain't have that type of comedy. So it's just like you waiting to see when the Judgment Day gonna really have its last straw.
Yeah. And you felt like you kind of seen it last night when Damian Priest hit him with the South of Heaven, but you could tell Damian Priest didn't even want to do that.
He didn't want to do that.
No. And I already know it's gonna be another thing where R-Truth looks at it like he got jumped in, or like he's just still paying his dues to the Judgment.
He's like, look, I helped us win.
Right. I got us to win,
right?
I got us to win. Exactly. Exactly. So there's really no denying this, bro. And speaking of the Judgment Day, I gotta bring up the tag titles, bro. They need to let them shits go. Okay, it doesn't make no sense why they've been tag team champions this long. I get that you're trying to build faction success and have champions throughout the whole fucking group, but no. Because they're diminishing your tag division, and then the only way people can get matches with them is if they beat Dom and JD, which is a layup. So you already know people are going to go over them because you guys need new people to go against. So we already see through the formula, bro, and it's getting annoying.
I was just watching today, like, Dom and JD are a tag team. Like
that's their regular thing. If you want to match with Priest and Finn Balor, you got to go through them. That's how they play.
Is it wrong that I kind of like prefer them over than Priest and Balor? Because I feel like the tag team 10 don't mix. I feel like JD's a veteran and he can really season Dom up, and it'd be cool for Dom to go back and win another tag team championship, and it not be then you could actually compare how he was with his dad as a tag team versus JD. See the growth in his in-ring game.
It would have made more sense, but at the same time, you needed something to stop Finn from turning on Damian Priest.
Yeah.
Because Damian Priest kept hoeing Finn Balor, which made Finn Balor start hoeing Damian Priest. And for you guys that don't know what we mean by hoeing, we mean basically costing him the match. So, yeah, man. And I want to see them split those tag belts up again. And not only that, but change the colors back to black straps and have some normal looking plates on them. Like, let's stop with this red and blue brand bullshit. Let's make them back to legible tag team titles. Like that one is right there. Boom. That's exactly how it should be looking. So I'm really over this shit. And then I want to see them also add trios titles. You know what I mean? I would be down for that because we mentioned that on the last show. After they split those belts up, I want to see the Creed brothers get one half of those belts and the Pride get the other half on SmackDown. That's just how it should be, man. And I don't know what they're going to do to finally get that division in these belts again, but I don't know. You guys need to work towards that to bring this tag team division back up to prominence, because I'm not interested in any tag team wrestling that I see in WWE. because I'm like, this shit is forced upon.
If it's not,
It's
Creed
forced
Brothers,
upon, and exactly, and it's not being done correctly. It's not. So I don't have any interest in the tag division. I need you guys to step it up in that area. As far as AEW goes, you guys need to step it up in that trios division and take those belts off those weird ass niggas.
Bro, they need to take that shit off because they said pause. They need to take them titles off of them because they just. I get it. It was a nice marketing ploy. We can make the belts into scissors. They can do that little shit in the middle of the ring. But it's like, it's not believable, bro. I don't give a fuck about the spirit of Billy being a fake daddy and us willing them to win.
Like,
what?
What?
Because that's what you're doing.
I feel like Russell Westbrook, but it's like, what?
What are you talking about?
Like, are you serious? That's what y'all doing? So, yeah, no. And that's also why you're not getting over 1 million viewers right there.
I just want to quickly throw this out, too. I would love if Shawn Michaels could switch booking roles with the tag team division because I feel like he knows how to book tag team accurately because he was a former successful tag team. Now, Hunter ain't never been a successful tag team. Yes, he's been a tag team champion. That's always because he's always had like Stone Cold as partner, Shawn Michaels, or somebody who's really, really legible. So it just makes sense that these two people can coexist. I need Shawn Michaels to make some teams.
Check this out. Because I feel like this is the perfect thing that you could do with Damian Priest right now in this situation. What you can do is when you guys finally decide who's going to be the next NXT champion, you can have Damian Priest cash in on him. So that way it's not like, okay, he didn't cash in on a world title, and it's not like he's cashing in on a mid-card title either. You know what I mean? He's still somewhat cashing in on a world title, and he's never been NXT champion, and he can go back there and literally run shit. You know what I mean? And then again, the Judgment Day will be on both brands because Rhea will be on Raw, and then he'll be able to run NXT, and then Dom could be there backing him up along with JD. And
I'm okay with that.
And then JD and Dom can go for the NXT tag titles and shit like that. You know what I mean? Because you still want to develop them and be able to write them correctly and give them legible reigns. So I feel like that's the only place that they can actually go there and do that successfully. And you mentioned Shawn Michaels, which is how I got the idea and why I think it will work out best for them to do so.
Hey man, I'm all for it because at the end of the day, it can't happen to a nicer guy. Damian Priest, you belong in NXT. Because the more I think about it, yeah, that's the gray area for you. You cash in, no one can say you didn't cash in, you're not successful, you do it. It's not like you're taking away from anybody's momentum going on. You can do your own thing over there. Because I'm sorry, bro. Like, you 41. And you not a story.
You wear an eyeliner and you got color in your hair.
You're not a story I want to follow. You're not a story I want to follow.
Bustiers. You out here damn near women's lingerie.
I am not into the story you're trying to tell me. And you lost to Bad Bunny. So, like, there's a bunch of factors against you where I'm just like, you don't deserve.
Hell no. And that's also why they keep making you out to look like a fool every time you try to cash in.
Like, it's believable. You lost to Bunny. Okay,
and notice that he don't even attempt to go to Roman, try it on Roman, because you know your lane, bro. You know your lane. And everything you've tried it on
Seth months ago about that.
Yes, at the very beginning of this shit. But like, that's also why, nigga, you're not gonna beat Seth Rollins either, bro. Like, you've tried it against Seth Rollins 4 different times. He keeps stepping on you every time, make you
stepping on it.
If it's not Seth Rollins, it's somebody else that's stopping you from cashing in on it. That's why I'm like, bro, like, there's nobody in NXT that can stop Damian Priest from cashing in. Who? Nobody. Let Baron Corbin hold that shit for literally 30 seconds. Literally 30 seconds. Oh, nigga, that would be prime time storytelling and booking right there.
Can Baron Corbin steal the briefcase from him? Can he go to NXT thinking he's hot shit and Baron Corbin's like, I didn't even get to cash my thing correctly and steal that shit from him? Because I really appreciate that.
No, I'm saying, like, have Baron Corbin like win a #1 contenders opportunity at one of these PLEs, and then boom, have him win the title.
Really, Damian cashing on him.
Boom. There you go.
I see that, but I don't want that to happen because I fuck with Baron Corbin more than I fuck with Damian Priest. And Damian, isn't it crazy that you look younger, but at the same time, Damian Priest is older than that nigga?
Facts.
But let me break.
That's what alcohol do to you.
That drink will get you down. Sad Corbin.
In other news, Cora Jade unfortunately suffered a torn ACL. Man, this is fucked up. And the average recovery rate is 6 to 9 months. But we probably won't be seeing her for at least a year because, you know, after you finally heal up from that shit, you gotta go through even more recovery and rehab to even feel normal on that shit. Like, you know, to jump off ropes and all type of shit. Because, you know, it's hard to just... okay, 9 months later, now I'm back in the ring. Like, no, that's damn near impossible. And again, like, this is just really unfortunate for her because she was gaining so much heat with this return that she just had. And, you know, you could tell that she had, like, a different aura about herself. I don't know if it's because she just broke up with Braun Breaker or whatnot. But she came out just seeming like she's smelling her shit a little bit more. She came out with more confidence. Her hero's back in the WWE, that being CM Punk. So, you know, it just seemed like a lot of shit was starting to go her way.
Starting to click.
Yeah, and starting to click, and it looked like she found herself. And just as it was getting good for her, this happens to her. So, man, hopefully she gets a speedy recovery, and we can't wait to see Cora Jade back in the ring. Last but not least, I want to talk about the Jinder versus Seth Rollins match on Monday Night Raw. Now, this match, it was actually a solid-ass match by Jinder Mahal. Seth Rollins... I'm sorry. That gotta do me off. I'm gonna restart. I'm gonna just restart.
Sorry.
That shit threw me off. I'm like, wait, what?
The Maharaja.
That fucked me up. Alright, so this match was actually really impressive by Jinder Mahal, I would have to say. I didn't expect him to pretty much go out there and dominate the match the way he did, as long as he did. I mean, he was kicking Seth Rollins' ass most of that match, bro. And then he even hit the Colossus on Seth Rollins. I can make an argument that Jinder Mahal should have won that match, and there was a part of me that did want him to win that match.
A great Maharaja. Like, you I don't care, you right?
I'm like, bro, but like when you make it make sense the way it made sense, it's like, bro, come on. It's the same thing like Cody at WrestleMania versus Roman. My dude hits 3 crossroads. You're about to hit the last one, and then out of nowhere, Solo come in and here come the fuckery. Like what you said, here come the fuckery. So like that's my whole entire point. Like that's what I seen last night, and like it was like making me low key sick to my stomach because I'm like, man, I'm happy Seth retained because that was best for business, but at the same time, like, bro, like that no, that's also taking away the credibility and reality out of wrestling. Okay, you just had a whole faction down there take out Seth Rollins, and then you have Jinder Mahal hit Seth Rollins with the move that he's beat Randy Orton and AJ Styles with. So it's like, bro, really? And Seth Rollins' back is supposed to be fucked up and all type of shit? Like, bro, like, I low-key ain't never seen no one kick out the Colossus. No. I'm not even trying to give Jinder Mahal that much credit.
No, like, I never seen him do it like that.
When he do that move, niggas don't get up, bro. So when you seen Seth Rollins kick out, I know he was like...
He won the United States Championship at WrestleMania with that move.
You feel me? So I'm like, yo, like, I was low-key shocked that Seth Rollins won that match.
I got a few points. I want to point out, I like that you said about the finisher and how Nick kicked out of that. Can we stop this shit? Because, like, okay, I've seen a lot of debates online about how people want to talk about, oh, it adds to the wrestling. And I'm okay, like, Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega is like a subgenre. So, like, them doing that shit, they have the physical prowess and the technical moves.
They can take that shit.
Yeah, and then at the same time, they're doing rapid moves and they're going to take that move and do another one. I don't want to see that with everybody because I don't view everybody as that caliber of wrestler, and I don't think it's believable that everyone can just take, bro. If a finisher is done, that should be the end. Do not just kick out at one, because what happens to me is thinking like, so all the other times it just doesn't matter, and you go like, I have tomorrow to fight again. No, all you guys have to have that. any given Sunday mentality that you need to win right now.
Yeah.
So like, stop doing that shit. So can we go back to one finisher, one and done? But how often now do you see people kick out of people's finishers?
Bro, all the damn time. You got to do at least 2 or 3 of them. For Roman, you got to do 6 of them bitches.
Cause 2 point die. Oh, we thought we had a dude.
That's and then that opens the door for, like
fuckery.
You said, the fuckery, boy.
Cause niggas start looking around.
Then you hear that music. Ooh,
do. Solo. Solo start realizing he got a thumb again.
Bro, I'm not happy they let Solo start wearing shoes.
No, I'm hyped that he started wearing shoes because that tells me.
I remember when the niggas was talking about that shit though. Jimmy was like, "Yeah, and we was pushing for Solo to get him some shoes because you know his feet been hurting." That shit had me cracking the fuck up.
Jimmy is naturally funny, bro. Jimmy one of them people that don't need. He one of them people like. Don't gotta use no profanity. Like he don't gotta use no profanity. And he don't gotta say the N word. He do not. They probably give him a pass all the time. Like Jimmy, you can say that, but like Jimmy, like nah, man. Oos. I got oos. I'm a oos, man. I'm a oos.
Right.
And he just know how to like conduct himself, and that's why I feel like even with that, this role is perfect for him. But
I feel like he's way better on his own than Jay is right now. Only because I don't want to get too far off of the Seth Rollins agenda, but I'll say it real quickly. I like what Jimmy got going on versus what Jay got going on. You can make an argument and say Jay over there standing on business. At least he ain't running from nobody for real except Randy Orton. But Jimmy, he really ain't turning down no fades. He be worried out there. I am worried. Okay? Because he in a tag team and like it's about to be 2-on-3. That's the only reason why he worried. But other than that, like Jimmy been cool, bro. He been cool. He been hilarious, bro. And he doing his best not to even follow what Roman say. And it's so funny because it's even in his song. He say something like, I ain't following nothing that the bloodline say or something like that.
He said, I'm my own king.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, see, Jimmy.
I was born a king.
Yeah,
I was born to lead. I was like, okay, Jimmy.
That's him. That's all I got to say to y'all about that.
No yeet.
Right, no yeet. But yeah, Seth Rollins, man, you know that shit was capped, bro. You know that shit was capped. He should have lost that match. Low key, I'm gonna say that for real.
I think this reign is gonna last into WrestleMania. You saying he might walk out? I think he dropping it to CM Punk because they owe Punkster, and you're a company man, Seth. I know you're gonna give it up smooth like that. H gotta say, give you that point, and he'll be like, all right.
After all that hooting and hollering that he was doing, and then you gotta give it up to Bill.
Yeah,
hell
yeah.
Hell nah.
He's not built like Roman, bro. Roman would never let that shit slide, especially how he talking down on even Seth. Be like, I wish they had the tribal chief contract, but it's not in the books. It's not in the cards. Hey, why are you in a program with this guy? You hate him so much,
bro.
What are they working towards?
Bro,
you giving it up to him some point. Pause. You giving up that bitch smooth to Punk.
Backlash.
Backlash. Punk ain't come all this way. Look, let me tell you this one thing too. Punk is a manipulator, so he came back to. Why do you think he opened up this channel of communication?
Man, I want to see that in the contract.
No. Why do you think he opened up this channel of communication for WWE? This man was desperate. You think he just wanted the WrestleMania moment? He's selfish. That man said, I need to get somebody pinned, shoulders 1, 2, 3 to the mat. And what better than the guy who called me cancer? It's a story. It's like Sean Brett. Don't make, you know what I'm saying? It's like that hate, that real hate. And that's what he's going to capitalize off. And I can see that Seth Rollins, that's why he has to
Seth Rollins screwing him over and then laughing about it, and then that really pissing off CM Punk, and then they have a WrestleMania Backlash rematch at that pay-per-view. That's how I can see that shit playing out. Okay. But I definitely see Seth Rollins going over in WrestleMania. He spoke it out loud. He's on record the longest reigning New Era World Heavyweight Champion at 200 plus days. So I'm sure that he wants to say he's held that shit for at least 400 or close, you know, or at least another 100.
We gonna see.
Which is WrestleMania is about another 100 days away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, about a little bit more than that.
We gonna see. We gonna see.
And with that being said, that's gonna wrap up our news broadcast. Again, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. You heard me.
Yeah, share the shit with the world, y'all. Make sure everybody know about the exotics we wrestle with.
We appreciate you guys for watching. This has been another episode of WWX. And make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so that way you know every time we drop a track. And make sure you go check out our website to go get some Players Club gear. And that's myshopify.pcfshop.com. Alright, so go there for your Players Club gear. And like I said, follow us on all social media platforms so that way you can keep up with us throughout the week. Peace.